Hey guys, my name is Zach Kerber, and my channel and these videos are all in the spirit to help you be a better person, help you be more productive, and eventually help you start your own business if you haven't already, or if you do have your own business, help you grow it. And today I wanted to talk about some surprising statistics that I found across the internet about entrepreneurship in general. I think that these statistics can really help you understand and kind of put you in your place of where you fall in the market, how good you're actually doing, because a lot of times we get so focused in our day-to-day operations that we forget to look at the big picture. And all of us entrepreneurs are in this together, and anything that we can kind of help each other out with, or any statistics that we can share, really help boost all of us up at the end of the day. So I wanted to quickly go over these statistics with you because I have quite a few really cool ones. This will be a very fast-paced video. If you guys appreciate any of the research I do to find these statistics or the effort that I go through to put them into a script and record this video, please hit that like button and the subscribe button. It helps me out and just kind of validates all the time and effort I put into these videos. So with that being said, let's jump right in. Now, the first thing I wanted to talk about is that there is 582 million entrepreneurs in the entire world. So you are definitely not alone, and there's likely more than you think when you're in the grocery store and walking by somebody. Chances are you're gonna find a fellow entrepreneur almost anywhere you go. Now, the US alone is home to over 31 million entrepreneurs. And in the year 2021 alone, there was over 840,000 businesses started. Now, I wanna talk about the success rate because dreaming big is one thing, but actually executing and becoming successful is a whole different animal. I wanted to note that while there are plenty of businesses starting every single day, only 35% of businesses that start make it to year 10. If you are close to year 10 or past year 10, congratulations. If you're under year 10, let this be your goal to get into the top 35% just by being able to weather storms and have longevity in your business. Now, when it comes to funding, there is a wide range of things that people do, from crowdfunding to getting bank loans to starting with their own cash to starting with just business profits. And I wanted to note here that 58% of all businesses that are ever started actually start with less than $25,000. Now, $25,000 is still a good chunk of change, but that is the average, meaning there are people that start with no money all the way up to people that start with millions through funding. And if you guys haven't started because you're worried about the startup costs, get out there and create a minimal viable product, something that you can just take to market, get started. What I like to do is I like to bootstrap, so I don't invest hardly any cash up front. I build a minimal viable product and use the profits to grow the businesses. That's my strategy, and it's a lot less risk. The reward can be much higher, but it does require a lot more work up front and along the way. Now, talking about successful sectors, this is the most successful industries as far as starting businesses go, and that's gonna be insurance, real estate, and finance. And what I mean by success rates is these businesses stay open the longest and have the longest longevity, and they are less likely to close after a couple years than the rest. Now, let's talk about entrepreneurship income. The average entrepreneur makes about $64,000 per year, which might not seem like a whole lot for starting your own business, but you have to remember these entrepreneurs are likely experiencing a ton of freedom, and 64,000 is close to what the average American makes anyway. In terms of what you're going to make, it's going to be close to what the average person just working for a regular company makes. However, you are gonna have a lot more rewards in terms of being your own boss and having autonomy over your life and stuff like that. In terms of profitability, there is some really great news here because over 65% of small businesses actually turn a profit on a regular basis, which means if you did go start your business, or if you are in business, it is likely that you're gonna figure out a way to become profitable sooner rather than later if you can just stick out and weather through storms that may make you unprofitable in the short term. But as long as you have a good grip on your finances, there should be no reason why you don't make profit. Now, when it comes to actual taking those profits and turning them into something larger, I think it's really important to know that we all start out as entrepreneurs, whether you're just starting your business today, or if you've been in business for quite a long time and you're a billionaire. And I wanted to note that the billionaires that are self-made, that did start out as entrepreneurs, there's actually 70% of all billionaires in the United States that are self-made, meaning they started their own business and became billionaires. They were not born into a billionaire family, which is really, really inspiring. 70% of all billionaires are self-made. This one is really motivating, and I hope it's just as motivating to you guys. So next up, I wanted to talk about education because there's a lot of back and forth about, do you need a degree? Do you not need a degree? I personally have a degree from a university here in the United States, but in terms of entrepreneurs and degrees in general, only 44% of entrepreneurs actually hold a college degree, which really means that it's pretty much up to you. Passion is really going to be what drives you. And I think whether you're successful or not does not depend on if you have a degree or not. It may help you understand things a little bit better and have a higher level of knowledge on stuff, but it's not critical to becoming a winning entrepreneur in your market. Now, let's talk about why businesses fail. There's a statistic that 42% of small businesses fail just purely because of a lack of demand around the service or the product, which means that if you're starting a new business and you're going after a new market, or you're creating something that's not yet out there or that's really saturated, think hard about how you're going to set yourself apart and if people really need your product, because otherwise you can really get into some established industries and take quite a bit of market share just by doing a great job. There's money out there for grabs. Get into an industry and get your hands into the pot and steal some of that market share and some of those profits. Now, next I wanted to talk about a statistic around entrepreneurs and their level of happiness in general. So despite all the ups and downs and challenges of growing your own business, 75% of entrepreneurs say that they are extremely happy, which is so good to hear because you want to make your business work for you and you want your business to be something that adds to your life, not takes away from your life. And the fact that the overwhelming majority, which is 3/4 of all entrepreneurs, are happy that they started their business and they're happy because their business gives them the resources and the life that they want to live, I think is such a true testament, because I think that I'm extremely happy right now purely because I'm in control of what I want to do. And I think that if I did have a 9-to-5 job, maybe I could still be happy, but I wouldn't be as happy as I am now. Now, the next statistic is about making that leap. If you're already an entrepreneur, congratulations, but I wanted to share the statistic that 40% of employed Americans actually have some inkling to go towards entrepreneurship, which is crazy to me that almost half of all people that are employed in the normal workforce are looking towards being their own boss sometime. It's actually insane to think about all the excuses that people have to why they don't pursue their passions or their dreams or start their own business that they've always wanted to. And for me personally, this was huge early on in my career. I left Red Bull after just a few years of working with them, a great job, but I knew if I didn't do it now, I would regret not getting that head start sooner rather than later. Another interesting statistic that I found is that over 77% of entrepreneurs are actually men, which means that while women are coming more into the business ownership space, it still has a long way to go before it reaches equilibrium. And I thought this was interesting because you hear so much about women founders and all of this kind of stuff, but overall the statistics are overwhelmingly on the men's side. I hope to see that kind of balance out more in the future. I think it would be great for all of us, but I just thought that was something interesting to share with you guys. Now, a statistic in terms of where I would go to start a new business is the top growing sectors as far as market cap goes, which means the top growing areas where the most money is flowing in, and that is going to be home health and personal care. So if you're looking to start a business, those are two areas that you might want to look into because they are growing. Now, I wanted to leave off with the most interesting statistic of them all, and that is purely because I'm such a advertising heavy type of person to get customers. But something that is crazy to me, absolutely bonkers, is that advertising only contributes to 1% of total revenues across businesses, which is absolutely crazy. It's like, where do they find their customers? And it just tells you that social media, that email marketing, that referral-based businesses, that having a location in a good business or being able to show on Google, those are all extremely, extremely valuable pieces because 99% of all business goes through areas that are not based on paid ads. That is such a different viewpoint than what most entrepreneurs see, where they're like, I have to spend ads for my market, I have to do this, I have to do that. You can grow your business a ton of different ways without spending millions of dollars on advertising. Now, if you have started your entrepreneurial journey, let me know in the comments what your business is. I want to check it out. And if you haven't, let me know what your idea is. I want to engage with you guys in the comments. If you like this video or appreciate any of the time or effort I put into making it, writing these statistics down, creating a script, please hit like, subscribe, and until next time, I will see you guys on the next video.